This is Grapplers Talk.
What is up, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
Episode 2 of Grapplers Talk, man.
We made it. We made it to 2.
We made it. That's for damn sure,
2
dude.
in a row.
I can't believe it, man. We're on track. We're on pace for some great things. Thank you to all the people out there that's been showing their support. We've been getting tons of messages all week on Instagram, on Facebook, of people and even personal text messages of how much they're enjoying the show. So we just want to tell you all thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of it. You can download the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. But thank you all for listening, and thank you for being a part of this journey with us. What's up, Chris?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the feedback, everybody. Thank you for listening.
It's been good feedback.
Yeah, it's been positive feedback. Thank you for being nice.
Yeah. People have told me that we have pretty good chemistry, and I'd say, man, we've been friends for like 15 years, dude. Of course.
And you know what's funny? I was thinking about that today. You know, we were on the phone earlier, we were talking, and I said, I feel like we're wasting good air for the podcast. But that's just always how we've been. Like, we work together too. For a while, and so it makes things easier when you can connect and get along.
Yeah, you can successfully work together. That's not easy to do with friends. No. You know, I've worked with other friends and I've worked with people, and most of the time I don't like the people I work with. That's why I work for myself now, because I gotta like myself.
And good for you, buddy.
But I'm enjoying everything I'm doing, man. I've had a lot of people hitting me up, even neighbors and friends that don't even know much about grappling, but they're still supporting the podcast and still supporting the gym and everything I'm working on right now. So, I'm just feeling grateful at this point.
We're surrounded by a lot of really good people, dude.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Well, and I've always been a firm believer in, if you're a good person, like, you're going to surround yourself around good people, and it's all going to go back around, dude. Like, you know, you take care of people in life and good things happen. You know, karma's a big deal.
Yeah,
you know?
It's real.
Yeah.
It is real.
We see it all the time.
It is real.
So let's catch up a little bit. Last week was the Art Suave event. Art Suave, right? Yeah. Am I saying that right?
Arte Suave.
Arte Suave. Yeah. Okay. If you're out there and you know how to pronounce it, send us a message. I won't be offended. Yeah. I can barely read. So
I keep trying to correct myself. I'm pretty sure it's Arte Suave. I saw
it could
the
be
guy who runs it, and the way he said it was that way. So that's got to be it.
I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah.
So the Arte Suave event at the brewery in Sacramento, dude, it was fire.
Yeah, man. So
tell the story.
Okay. All right. So I know I said I was going to be there. I'm sorry. I'm a man of my word. Mother-in-law got sick last minute, had the babysitter cancel basically, and she's the only one available at the time, so we ended up having to watch it at home. And as you know, I had some teammates going. Had DJ, my buddy Dan's son, DJ. He had a second match with one of his guys that he competed against last time in the gi, had a no-gi rematch, and it was a good match, man. It was back and forth. He got caught in the end.
Yeah.
I think it was an arm bar or triangle or something, but it was a good match, man. Both those guys, those kids are going to see each other for a long time. And, it's nice to know that they have that kind of competition out there with each other.
Oh, 100%.
Push each other, man. Dude, DJ worked so hard coming up to that match, man, and put in a lot of extra work, and it's good to see him push himself. I'm proud of him.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, so the story is Chris called me last minute, and I actually was flying out of town the next day, so I was trying to just lay low. I had a lot going on, and Chris called me and said, hey, man, I got these extra tickets. You want them? You can go. And I'm like, man, this is an opportunity for us to go cover the event and get some good content out there for you guys. So I went by myself. You know?
Dude, I was bummed, man. We wanted to go so bad, but I'm super glad you're able to go and use the tickets.
Yeah, and it was just a great event overall. I love the atmosphere there.
It looked cool, dude.
Dude, it was a badass brewery, and then like they had it completely separated. So the people that are there just hanging out and drinking and whatever, they're not even a part of the event. Like they had it completely separate. So I loved it. I thought it was a good crowd. The crowd was decent. You know, they even had I'm a big fan of Yoshi on Instagram.
Yeah.
He does the move of the
guy.
day.
Yeah. It's
He was
the
there.
move of the day. I love that guy.
Yeah, he was at the event. They had a teammate going from Cave Academy, and I actually like the guy there too, the head instructor at Cave Mike on Instagram.
Nice.
And he's a really good guy. I went to a seminar out at his school, and very welcoming academy. Me and Greg hit a Kurt Osiander seminar, and
Ooh, nice.
dude, it was $50. It was an hour away, so we drove, and
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
worth
we couldn't pass it up, you
No.
know. And got out there, and it was just a nice academy. Everyone was super friendly. You know, think of a Bay Area school. You don't know, you know, many people, but everyone was very welcoming. Clean school.
Yeah.
You know, the locations in the Bay Area are always weird. You know, it was like in a strip mall, but I actually liked the location. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure real estate's kind of slim
Oh,
pickings.
dude,
out in the
I
area,
can't
man.
imagine trying to do
and
all
how
that
much
in
it
the
costs to get the square footage you need. I
Yeah,
mean, come on,
dude.
man.
I mean, these schools that are
give 'em credit.
like big schools like Half Gracie out there, you know, and most of these guys come from the Half Gracie lineage. So, these guys are, you know, Half Gracie students, but Half Gracie school's big, dude. Like and he has multiple schools now. So having multiple schools that are of that size, man, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I wish I could have gone. It looked like it was fun. I saw you in the background and everything. And like I said, I had a couple teammates competing.
It was
Jackson
big,
won.
Yeah,
Did you
big
see
night
Jackson's
for you
match?
guys.
Yeah. He, like I told you, man, he's a firecracker, and you saw it, man.
Yeah.
He was just nonstop trying to pass, trying to get the pass. And when he did, he was trying to move and keep going, you know.
Right.
And then Meredith came through with the BMF title.
That was an emotional moment. Like I was watching a video and I screenshotted a picture where she hugged Manny, because you could just see like their hard work, their achievements, and you know, everything kind of boiling down to that one moment. And it was great, man. Great for you guys. Great for Meredith.
Yeah,
she's out
awesome
there
on her part, dude. She did so good, and she worked so hard, man. Like, she does all the stuff with the academy, you know, doing all that. They have their own ranch basically up there.
Yeah.
In Valley Springs that they take care of every day. Plus they come down and train us, you know, plus she's got to get her training in. So that's amazing on her part, man. It really is. And it's nice to have, a leader like her, you know, and she's a leader in our academy, and someone to look up to, work ethic and all that is just, it's awesome. It's awesome. And I'm, you know, my wife trains under us now, with us now. And, she does a lot of classes, the women's only classes with her. And like, we wanted to go cause she wanted to see her coach, you know, but it's good to know that Meredith is teaching my wife.
Yeah. And she's a solid athlete, man. She's winning all the belts. I mean, I'm not her instructor. I don't have any right to this or any say in the matter. I'm not even a Strive student, but she's probably going to be getting that black belt pretty soon, winning these kind of matches and just terrorizing the competition, man. She's doing well.
Yeah. She won that one in Texas too, not too long ago. Remember that?
Yeah.
They drove all the way down there, man, had the weight cut and everything, and came through.
She's beating some high caliber athletes too. Like, I mean, she's not just beating girls that have gone out there once or twice, dude. She's a BMF champ. I mean, these are experienced women out there grappling and doing this, and she's terrorizing everyone.
Yeah,
in the gi or without the gi.
And
That's the impressive part is, you know, she won that match in the gi, but I've seen her terrorize people without the gi mostly.
And what's funny is she's so humble and she's so sweet and kind, and it's like, her grappling is just, it's great.
I don't know her personally. I did get a chance to talk to Manny for a second, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're Chris's friend." Like, you know, he recognized me and everything. But man, it was such a good moment for your guys' team.
Yeah.
Like,
and I can't wait to get Manny on here. I want to hear that what he was going through. You know, what he was going through, the emotions
That's
while he was
tough
watching
coaching
it.
your wife.
Yeah,
like. Man, it's hard enough to coach your students, you know, that you care about and you're invested in, but.
And she's I think she's his first homegrown from white belt, student. So, you know, she's been there the whole time from white belt to now, and, you know, is clearly coming up on black soon. And, you know, it's awesome feeling probably for him to be able to say that, you know, he was there the
100%.
entire journey.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I look at There's a documentary on Flow Grappling where Andre Galval goes into a competition where he competes, but also his wife competes.
Yeah.
And she's a world champion in her own right, dude. And he's coaching her, and just seeing the emotional, cause they go behind the scenes and in the hotel, and, seeing what they go through emotionally, coaching your wife or your partner in, you know, something where you can seriously get hurt.
Yeah.
You know, let's be real. Jiu-jitsu's not a sport where people just, you know,
dude, and
don't get hurt ever.
The thing is, you have a built-in support system. Like, since my wife started training now, I mean, even before, she always supported me. My wife has always been very supportive of my jiu-jitsu and my tournaments and my training. But even more so since she's been starting training and stuff, you know, I've been a little over a year now, and like, it's like she drives me to keep going, man.
Right.
So I can only imagine, you know, Manny's in the same situation, and he's had that feeling for longer. And, yeah, it's just, I'm very, very happy for them.
Yeah. It's good to see this all coming to light. You know, she's a great competitor. She's been, you know, needing some big matches. It's probably hard, you know, to get many matches, you know, because people know the experience level.
Yeah.
So,
she's, you know, brown belt. That's tough to get a match in any brown belt level.
There's, in all honesty, dude, there's not very many high level, like, brown belt women athletes out there competing. You know, I'm like, there's blue belts and purple belts, you know, but I mean, I don't think the brown belt.
But they're coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
But like, currently, you know, it's probably still building.
Yeah.
You know, and great. I'm glad for it.
I really want to see women in jiu-jitsu more, because like I said, like for my wife, for example, like it's hard for her to have training partners sometimes because of, you know, her size or whatever the case is. Or sometimes it's just her and she's the only female there. And, you know, sometimes she doesn't really want to roll with any other man. But, you know, I just want to see more, because I feel like the more women get involved, the more they're going to enjoy and be more confident in themselves.
100%. You know? I think women guys look like bitches sometimes in jiu-jitsu. Like, women do some badass shit.
I feel like they do that in a lot of sports.
Yeah. I mean, dude, let's be real. Like, you know, there's a reason they have babies and we don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
They make things look easy, dude. And, you know, I've seen a lot of highlights and stuff, and the women's scene's really growing in grappling and MMA, everything. You know?
Yeah.
There's not just one trick ponies like Ronda anymore that are going out and just doing one move
Dominating
to everybody,
everything,
right?
Yeah.
You know, there's women out there like Weili Zhang in the UFC that well-rounded.
Yeah.
You know, she's a striker. She can grapple. You know, Thug Rose, dude. That girl's bad, dude. On the feet or in jiu-jitsu, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they go toe to toe, man, and they get busted up and keep going, dude.
We were at the last UFC fight before COVID shut everything down, and it was for my bachelor party in Vegas, and we watched Joanna Jędrzejczyk fight Weili Zhang.
Yeah.
And that was the fight where her head got swollen, dude.
That big.
Yeah.
Hematoma
or skull or something. I don't know the exact medical terminology.
I can see that picture and visual in my head just when you said that right away.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
I'm
sure anybody who watched it remembers that.
Or seen the picture. Yeah, it's like Leslie Smith's ear blowing up. You know, remember
that's
that?
another one. Yeah, man.
You can't forget those things, dude.
No.
But yeah, you know, we got an exciting guest on the show this week. We're going to get him on the line here in a second. But I'm really excited because this guy has been really a part of my journey since day one. I looked up to the guy. He's been in the same training room as me for many, many years. And I'll tell the story once we get him on the line. But yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good guy. I'll introduce him here in a second. Let's get him on the line. So now that he's on the line, this man, when I first got into jiu-jitsu, okay, this was 2005, okay, a friend of mine, John Batonio, took me down to California Street, okay, the ghetto of Stockton. There, he takes me into a room. The room's fogged up in sweat and condensation and everything from the bodies in there. And I see this guy on the other side of the mat, and I didn't train that night. I was just watching, but I see this guy on the other side of the mat. He's got a mohawk, red, white, and blue. He looks like he's in crazy shape. He's beating everybody. And that gentleman's name was Tim Mckenzie. And that is our guest this week on the podcast. Let's give a warm welcome for Grapplers Podcast to Tim Mckenzie.
What's going on, man?
What's up, buddy?
I like that. Made me feel good. Brought back old memories.
Dude, that night was crazy because I remember I was like, who's that guy over there? And John's like, yeah, that guy's Tim Mckenzie, bro. He's like, he's about to go to Japan to fight right now. Like he's training for that. And I was like, wow, I was so starstruck. Flash forward maybe a year later, you were headlining the Stockton Arena to a sold out crowd and you knocked the dude out in like the first round.
Yeah, that's Hanato Babalu's number one training partner.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I remember that guy. Hanato.
Mike McGinnis or something like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, dude, you were a hero for
that
the
was in the
longest
arena
time
here
to me.
in Stockton.
Yeah, it was a pretty awesome venue.
He jumped up on the cage afterwards. I mean, he
yeah.
just dropped knees on this guy and just destroyed him. I was sitting front row, dude. I was still in high school at this point, Tim.
Dude, that's a trip. You were still in high school. Oh my God, made me feel old.
But I remember him jumping up on the cage, dude. He didn't have the mohawk for that one, but
no, I had a shaved head. You're right. That's right.
But man, dude, that was such an incredible night. I remember Nick Diaz was on the card. He was out of the UFC at this point, and such a good night. JC Curley made his pro debut on that card.
Yeah, I think Chuck Booz was on that card.
Yeah.
Chuck Booz, I wrestled with that guy.
Yeah, so did I. I was on his wrestling team.
Yeah, he came to Delta when I was there wrestling and trained with us.
Nice.
And worked out with us all the time. That's how I met him and Bobby Curley actually. Wrestling there.
Right on. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get you on, Tim, because I know everyone listening to the show probably has heard of you in the MMA scene. You're a pioneer of the sport. You know, you've been fighting for many years. You got over 20 pro fights. You've been in the UFC. You've been in the WEC. You've knocked out the WEC champ. You've been in Bodog. I mean, your accolades speak for themselves, but now you're falling back in love with jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, man, it's a trip. It's like I used to hate doing jiu-jitsu, but now it's like it's like a way of life now, man. It's
nice.
It's just like brought peace and clarity to my life, and then just getting back into it, and I'm like, oh man. And then I went and did this Grappling Industries, and you know, mind you, it's been over 20 years since I've competed in sport jiu-jitsu. You know, fighting professionally, everything was legal. So my first match, I go in and I submit the guy in a heel hook, and all of a sudden I'm gonna raise my hand, and all of a sudden they raise his hand, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? What? I'm like, because we're in brown belt and they've combined brown and black belts together. So I'm like, all right, expert, we can do whatever we want. Yeah. Oh no, in gi, apparently heel hooks are illegal. Oh. So I was like, oh. So
you got the big X there, huh?
I got the big dick DQ'd, but then I ended up having to go again, right? Listen to this. So I didn't even mean to like make a scene, if you will. So like, I'm going again, and I love leg locks. So I grab a toe hold, and then I look up at the ref. I'm like, "Our toe hold's legal." And he shakes his head. Yeah, and then my coach starts laughing. He's like, "Oh God!" So I crank it, dude taps, and then like the whole arena started laughing. I was like, "Oh shit!" I hope I didn't embarrass anybody. And then my coach he goes, no, he's a legit brown belt. He just hasn't competed in over 20 years. He's really a brown belt. I'm like, oh my God.
That's
I
funny.
felt so dumb.
You know, the rules though in those types of tournaments, they do vary from tournament to tournament.
It's a trip, yeah, because then we went to no-gi and heel hooks were legal. I'm like, you guys make up your mind, man.
Yeah.
You can't be doing this to me. You're messing with my emotions. And if I see a heel hook, I'm taking it.
Right. It's hard to pass up.
Take it. You tapped out. I don't care if we were on the street, you were dead.
Yeah,
exactly.
You were limping home for sure.
You were not going home with a leg.
No.
So falling back in love with jiu-jitsu, you found a great team, a great home in Gracie Baja Caldwell, right?
Yeah, up in Caldwell, yeah.
Yeah, man. And tell us a little bit about the gym. Tell us about having your family involved, because you got both kids training.
Yeah,
dude.
it's amazing because I moved up there in 2012 and never really found a gym out there. And then one of my buddies introduced me there, Coach CJ White. He's up there, his wife, Tanya White. And then like we went in there and I was like, oh my gosh, this is my new home, man. I'm like the gym atmosphere in Caldwell. It's like a family. Everyone looks out for everybody. There's like no egos, you roll.
Right.
Okay. If you get caught, no one's looking to try and like a pecking order type deal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No one's trying to be alpha team number one. Oh, I'm the stud of the gym or whatever. But everyone just wants everybody to get better. Because like when I try to talk to everybody, I'm like, iron sharpens iron, and we're only as good as our weakest link. So
Right.
if we're improving everybody, we're gonna get better as a team. And like speaking of it, like with that tournament we went in, so mind you, the gym's only 3 years old. And now, so we went and we've won a couple other tournaments, like in the continent, like just against Great Sea Baja schools. And we won, when they started, it went third place, second place to first place. And then in this one, we took third out of 31 schools overall in the adult division.
That's good.
So
That's
it's
amazing.
Like, they're making a scene. Our team's amazing. Our instructors are awesome.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
And getting your kids, yeah.
Yeah, my two little ones now, they just got their first stripe, and like it was so emotional. I was like, what the heck happened to me? How did I get so soft? I'm like, this is ridiculous.
I'm the
like,
wrecking
wow,
machine.
It's so much different watching my children succeed and see them excel in this. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then them enjoying it and then going to the tournament, and then they got to watch dad compete like in person.
Yeah.
They've seen videos and then they got to actually see it.
Yeah.
So it was
awesome.
super special.
Yeah.
I didn't get first, but I got a couple wins. So
Hey.
it was okay.
Getting back out there is the hard part, man.
Oh yeah. And then they were like, oh, well, maybe I want to compete. I'm like, yeah, if you want to compete, one day we'll talk about it. Until then, just keep having fun and train. That's all I want.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah. How old are your two?
So I have, she's turning 12 next month, and my son is 10, and then my other daughter will be 12 in October.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they just started. How long have they been training now?
They just started 4 months ago.
Okay, cool.
What was it?
Yeah.
Or March, December. Yeah, December is when they started.
The family way of going to the gym is the best way,
Dude.
right? Because
Yeah,
no one's missing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's, and then like even when they're done with class, I try and tell them to just, I'm like, I know you guys are probably tired and bored, but try and watch the adults too. I'm like, because you can watch us and learn stuff too. Everyone learns differently, Some people can read books, and then some people are visual and hands on. So I'm like constantly watching and ask questions. No question is silly.
Right.
No.
Right. There's 4 types of learners, right? There's your people that learn by doing, people that learn by seeing, people that learn by hearing.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to learn a different way. That's 100% correct. Most people are visual learners too, so watching is key for them, especially at that young of an age.
Yeah, absolutely. And now me too, like just learning everything, like it's all firing back again. Right. I'm starting to play with different little cranks and stuff. I'm like, oh, I hold your arm out here and make the fulcrum point on your elbow. I'm like, oh, that's a shoulder lock. Holy shit. Yeah. All right, this is so cool. Yeah. I don't even know what the hell I just did, but it worked.
For you being in MMA, you focused a lot. You were a great striker, are a great striker. And
that was fun.
And, and I know a lot of your MMA stuff was primarily no gi. So talk about being back in the gi and kind of what's keeping you in that gi and training that way.
It's amazing what that gi is like. I used to always hear people, oh, your gi will make your no gi so much better. And I always thought it was a joke. And then like now going back and training gi, like the other day I went no gi. I was like, oh my gosh, my no gi is so much sharper. Like I can move quicker get out of things like where gi makes you more technical to where you have to watch everything you do and be on point.
Right.
Because you get caught, those handles catch you, you're stuck. Yep. And then now with no, and then going to no gi, you're like, oh man. I'm like, holy shit, I'm throwing triangles and like crazy. This is insane.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, there's a lot less
wow.
to worry about, in the no
Yeah,
gi.
but then it's a trip because like when you're just training no gi and you don't even realize it and you're like, wow, I took that shit for granted.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, man, I wish I would have done that back in the day. Like Nick and they were always telling me, Tim, you need to train gi, and I didn't listen. Apparently they were right.
Yeah.
I just didn't see it then.
Well, you're doing it now, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Tim, let me ask you a question. What's a typical week look like for you in training? How many days a week are you getting in, and are you doing anything other than just jiu-jitsu?
Right now I'm just doing jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I'm trying to line that up because with the kids, like they'll get a little bored, and if we have school and stuff, we'll miss. But I try to get in at least 5 days a week.
Okay, nice.
And then Saturdays are awesome because we get the open mat. But yeah, I'll try, and then I got to go help coach the kids program. So I enjoy doing that.
So you're getting a whole lot of mat time right now.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
awesome.
loving it. Yeah,
Playing a little catch up.
yeah, trying to make up for all the time I missed.
Yeah. So Tim, talk to me a little bit. I know you're coming off a pretty devastating injury too. Talk about not getting in your head and trying to pursue past that injury, cause sometimes, I know with my shoulder, at least for the longest time, I was always worried about re-injuring it.
Right. No, absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about that.
Been constantly, I've been kind of babying it a lot too. And then in training, I was changing my whole game because normally I used to be the bull and just charge and over strength and muscle people down now. And that's also helped me with the journey of in the jiu-jitsu is like, I'm like, wow, I'm loving the art now. Like actually not trying to use strength and use technique and trying to pivot and do all this other stuff. And I'm like, it's kind of crazy because I'm like, oh wow, before I missed all that. And now I see you don't have to use all this strength. This is crazy. And then cause my goal was to pretty much pull guard because I was scared with my ankle, but when it happened, when I got out on the mat, I didn't follow my own plan. And I was like, all right, cool. It held up.
Yeah.
And then in no-gi, I hit a power double. I was like, holy shit, I still got it. This is awesome. I'm not just starting on my knees and trying to go. I'm like, all right, this was awesome. It was a big confidence builder too. Just like, oh wow, my leg's still good. It's not 100%, but it's good enough to hang out and play.
And just being back on the mats, that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah, that's boosted my mentality a lot.
Yeah.
Just not being able to move or train and then feel like a piece of garbage. It was like, man, getting back on the mat, being active again, and then having the kids be a part of it. Like, it's like, okay, their dad's back.
Yeah. Yeah. Training is so important for the mental health, like
absolutely.
People don't, especially as men, we don't really talk about a lot of shit, and we
no, yeah, man. And depression's a real thing, man, that people don't. Yeah. No, I went through it with this whole injury and it was bad.
Yeah.
Now getting back into the gym and doing all that, I'm like, all right, I'm back. I have my outlet. I have surrounded by awesome people and like people you can just talk to and then BS. And then even outside of the gym too, it's like, all right, I call you up. You're cool people. This gym's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome that you found a place like that. Like, I feel like that's one of the biggest things in a jiu-jitsu journey that makes you want to keep going, Yeah,
it makes you, and then you also want, it's like you not only just put your time into it for yourself, but you're like, oh, I want to do what you're doing for me. You've helped me and my family out so much. I'm like, now I want to stick around and be part of this journey and watch other people's journeys grow too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because it's got a little fire in my butt, and I'm like, all right, I want to get my black belt, and once I get a black belt, possibly maybe I might go on the venture and open a school like Dave. I was like, dude, this would be amazing.
Awesome.
There could be there can't be too many jiu-jitsu gyms. If there was one on every corner like McDonald's, America would be real strong and tough.
Well, it's
and
like
people,
you said.
and there'd be less problems,
right?
Because the people would be like, look, I don't want to fight you. You might hurt me. I'm like, no, it's like, look, I only have to carry a gun because I got a gun in both hands.
Sell everything at the local tournaments, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, Or you're like, all right, how about we just throw a mat down right here? Hell, we got grass right here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Tim, have you seen that reel on Instagram and YouTube and everywhere where that guy's arrested and he's sitting in the cop car and they're like, "Sir, do you have any weapons on you?"
Yeah, these.
Yeah, my left hand and my right hand.
And then they're like, "You got anything sharp in your pockets?" I don't know. My hands are in the cuffs. I'm like, oh my God, that's something I would do. Damn it. And you're like, oh, you smart ass. You're going to put your face in the window.
Yeah. No, that guy is something else, man. That clip, I can't watch enough of it, to be honest.
Oh no. Yeah. That never gets old.
Yeah. So let's talk about some big up and coming things. I know in the future you're looking towards Worlds. And also I know you started a YouTube channel. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm looking at, the goal was to compete in Worlds. And so now I want to get 2 more tournaments in with that.
Are you thinking gi Worlds or no gi Worlds?
Gi Worlds.
Okay. So that's in June, right?
Yeah. No, August.
August. Okay.
For the Masters. For the Masters.
Okay.
I'm old. I'm a senior citizen now, apparently.
Remember, I was in high school when we met.
When I was registering for the tournament, it said senior, and I said, "The fuck is this?" So I called them and I asked for a senior citizen discount, and they laughed at me. And I was serious.
Serious.
I was like, "Hey, you guys, you put me down as a senior. Seniors get discounts. Can I get one?"
It was a nice try. Valiant effort.
Yeah, hey, it won't happen if you don't make it. But yeah, so to get into Worlds was my goal too, and then just to compete again at brown belt. Nice. It's weird when you get your belts. Some people that do compete or don't compete, and it's just like a trial and tribulation type thing you got to do, I feel.
Yeah.
And I have to do it. I'm like, all right, I've been promoted. Now I got to try.
Yeah.
You got to test yourself. Right?
Can I hang with it? Can I see what happens?
Right.
All right, let's do this. And then, after that, I want to do, the goal is to do a bare knuckle boxing debut. Nice. And then we also started this, C-Town Throwdown on YouTube. So right now we're just doing jiu-jitsu matches, like street jiu-jitsu we're calling it. So whatever you have on is what you can use, except you can't use your belts and strike people with that. But you can grab your sweatshirts and choke people. And then eventually what we're planning to do is set up a cage on some property and start doing fights.
Nice.
With it to pretty much just get a spot for people to, if they want to settle their beefs, we could do it that way instead of shooting somebody or stabbing them. And
it's all going to be on your channel.
Yeah,
nice.
C-Town Throwdown on it'll be fun. And then and then during the winter when it gets cold, then I'll start showing out some techniques again.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. In all honesty, with YouTube, you just got to keep content coming. So
that's what I was hearing, and I was thinking, I was like, yeah, as long as we just do it, we did that little jiu-jitsu thing with my buddy and his friend, and I was like, all right, that actually made, he's like, oh, the video is terrible. I was like, hey, it was content, bud. We just needed to get it up there.
Yeah, that's all
and
it
I'm
is.
like, hey, I just want to see something. I'm like, yeah, it's no big deal. It's not. I'm like, now when we start throwing punches and kicks in, I guarantee you we're gonna get more views.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll fight in it too. I'll do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of those things. There's that famous one where they got this pit set up in the backyard and
street beefs.
It could be. I don't know the name of it, but man, they go at it.
Yeah, no. The cool thing is we could be like, all right, you just want to do boxing? Okay, cool. You want to do kickboxing or you want to do this? Like, all right, we'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Winner gets $20.
Whatever you agree on.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. So, go check out Tim's YouTube page, C-Town Throwdown. And I've been checking it out, dude. I like the videos coming, man. Keep them up.
Awesome. Right on, man. Just support your local jiu-jitsu, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you go hit up Effective Martial Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming soon, man. We're excited. We got our fundraiser coming at the end of the month. We're going to get some new mats in that place.
I wish I could be able to make that, man. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Got a location.
Yeah.
Right.
Location on lock, dude.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
So,
yeah.
I'm pumped up. I'd say by June we should be fully operational and
Very nice.
fully running. So
Right when it's hot, so it's perfect timing.
It is.
Right.
Yeah, get in that sweat, go on your little walkabout.
Yeah.
To see if you're really a man.
I look at it as this. Summertime's a good time to open because there's going to be a lot of kids on summer break.
Yeah.
So we
yeah.
should be able to get
Yeah.
a ton of students coming through and signing up. And, I'm going to probably put together some summer camps for the kids. And, yeah.
Heck yeah.
So,
Yeah, man. The kids are where it's at.
yeah. But Timmy, thank you for being on the show, man. We really appreciate having you.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother.
Man. It was a
Appreciate
pleasure.
you.
Yeah, it's always a
Right
pleasure
on.
talking to you, man. Take
All
it
right,
easy.
bud. All right, bye-bye.
So yeah, that's Tim Mckenzie, man.
Tim Mckenzie, ladies and gentlemen.
The wrecking machine, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped, man. Like his MMA career is one topic, but for him to like get back into jiu-jitsu, man, it's really been helping him. Like he's been
Yeah.
texting me and hitting me up and talking technique, and
That's tight.
he called me a couple times not that long ago, and it was like me and you talking. We were talking jiu-jitsu the whole time.
Yeah.
So
And he sounds like he's like really involved in the art. Like he said, he found the art and is really diving into technique more and stuff. And
Yeah.
not doing the smash thing,
yeah,
But
5
that's
days
awesome.
a week, dude. That's
And
commitment.
What's scary is that he's got the technique, but he can always revert back to the smash.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you don't want that guy on top of you
I
smashing.
don't.
He knows how to smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim's always been a solid guy, man. Now seeing him doing jiu-jitsu and even Worlds, man. Like if he's in Worlds, I'd love to go and support him.
Yeah, I'd like to have him back on after these next events
Yeah.
he was talking about. After Worlds and stuff. I want to talk to him and see how it went and see what his mindset was going through it and
Yeah.
what's going after that.
Dude, that injury he's coming back from is devastating, bro. Like
Yeah.
most people wouldn't ever think about doing those goals that he was talking to us about, and hearing that, man, that's just awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
that's good.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so what do we got coming up, Chris?
I'm not too sure. We got ADCC trials on the 30th. That's in Vegas.
Yep, I believe the franchise might be there. I think
so.
he
said he was going
yeah,
to, right?
he texted me and said he was going to ADCC.
Is he going himself to compete, or does he
I don't know.
Is his team or both?
I didn't ask.
Yeah,
but
so we'll have to get some of those details for
Yeah.
the next time.
we'll get him on soon.
We got time before it comes up. There's quite a few people going. Some people
Yeah.
I know from SoCal. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It should be on Flow, right?
Yeah, I would think so. So
yeah, so everybody can follow and watch and root on your teammates if you got teammates going.
do you have any teammates going in it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't think so right now. Actually, maybe. I think Jackson Steele.
Okay.
I think he might be, and I think his wife Liberty might be too.
Oh, that's badass.
I'm not sure though. I have to find out.
Badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, ADCC is a big one, man. Everyone, now, especially because it's only every, 2 years or something like that?
Yeah.
2-3 years?
Yeah, and you have to qualify through these trials and everything
Yeah,
now.
dude, it's the best in the world.
Yeah, dude, you gotta really be on your game.
Yeah,
On your game to get through there.
definitely.
That's what's coming up. I don't know what else is coming up locally though. Do you? I gotta look into it.
Locally, I do know a couple little things I'm not supposed to know, but there might be an Arte Suave event coming in August in the Stockton area.
How do you know that and you're not supposed to know that? I want to know how you know that and you're not supposed to know that. Everybody wants to know that.
Everyone wants to know that, but I'm
So
not
tell
going to
'em.
tell them.
Oh man, this guy. Okay,
So, but yeah,
that'd
a little,
be cool.
Little,
That'd be super cool.
little birdie, but I don't know 100% the date.
That event was fun too, man.
Dude, it's badass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
the
that'd
one
be
in
cool.
Stockton turned out
Is
great.
it going to be, or I guess
Same location.
Does the birdie tell you if it's in the same location?
It is in the same location.
All right, that's cool. So that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Coming up. And
And
then
then
Worlds we talked
Worlds,
about.
yep. We want to get to that in June.
That's in Vegas too, right?
I think it's in Anaheim.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll have to double check. But a lot of good events coming up. We'll be at them all. You will see us around. Grapplers Talk. We also have shirts available if you want to hit us up on Instagram. Also, let your fellow gym mates know and let them know about the podcast if they haven't already heard. Right? We're trying to blow this thing up.
And if you see us out and about, next time you see us, we will have stickers that we will be giving out. Stickers available for you guys to put on your water bottles or on your motorcycle helmet or wherever you guys want to put them, and show a little support for us if you don't mind. And
speaking of motorcycle helmets,
Chris
shaved his head without telling me anything. He is completely skin bald, and it caught me off guard when I walked in.
It's not skin bald, okay?
It's skin bald, dude.
I didn't take a razor blade to it, but yeah.
It's pretty damn close.
I'm tired of paying for haircuts, man.
Dude, I haven't paid for a haircut in years.
I know. I don't think I've ever seen you with more hair than that in my life.
Nope.
I have a picture of us from like 20 years ago, and you look like that.
I had the same haircut. Yeah. I've been doing it myself for years, man. That's the way to do it.
Self-taught, no lessons needed.
I invested in some good clippers a while back, and they're like professional clippers, and does the job real quick, less than 5 minutes.
Nice.
But thank you for listening to the Grapplers Talk. We will be back next week. Tune in each week. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Follow on Instagram, and also check out our YouTube page. This is Grapplers Talk. I'm Dave.
I'm Chris.
We're out.
This is Grapplers Talk.